War begins. Taiwan is buy deadly military drones from US to fight China. China's consistent insistence upon preparing for an amphibious assault on Taiwan with drills and combat preparation operations in waters nearby, and the Chinese government's escalating language about possible forcible reunification with the island, it comes as no surprise that the United States is authorizing the sale of MQ-9 Reaper drones to the country. Taiwan may be acquiring US-built MQ-9 Reaper drones according to a US State Department congressional notification, a move which could massively improve Taiwan's electronic eyes on vital areas of the Chinese coastline and waters between them and the mainland. The proposed sale is in part due to an interesting policy shift regarding the export of drones to foreign allies, which increased the volume and ease with which the United States can offer unmanned systems to partners around the globe. Most partners who are seeking it, and two that you just mentioned, are looking at it from a maritime domain awareness, border integrity, border protection capability. It's not a strategic tool, it's a tactical operational tool, Clark Cooper said, Assistant Secretary of State for Political Military Affairs said according to a Pentagon transcript. In July of 2020, the Trump administration updated the United States policy on the export of unmanned aerial systems, Cooper explained. This important change benefited one of America's most innovative industries, and allowed the United States to export additional UAS to key partners who require intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance to address counter-terrorism and border security capabilities. New weapons and a mission scope enhancement for the MQ-9 Reaper adds additional rationale for why U.S. allies such as Taiwan might be interested in acquiring the drone. In recent years, the Air Force has been adding new weapons to the MQ-9 Reaper, in part by leveraging an emerging universal weapons interface. A universal weapons interface enables the MQ-9 Reaper to more quickly integrate new weapons technology as it emerges and efficiently swap or replace bombs on the drone without much difficulty. The MQ-9 Reaper currently fires the AGM-114 Hellfire missile, a 500-pound laser-guided weapon called the GBU-12 Paveway-2, and Joint Direct Attack Munitions or JDAMs, which are free-fall bombs engineered with a GPS and inertial navigation systems guidance kit. The service has also been working on developing the MQ-9 Reaper as a possible air-to-air fighter by arming it with the AIM-9X. The Air Force currently operates more than 100 MQ-9 Reaper drones and has, in recent years, begun configuring the platform with additional fuel tanks to substantially build upon the current 4,000-pound fuel capacity of the drone with a range of 1,150 miles. The upgrades to MQ-9 Reaper are designed to add two 1,350-pound fuel tanks to increase the drone's endurance from 16 hours to more than 22 hours. Additional dwell time and mission scope for the MQ-9 Reaper could make a lot of sense regarding why Taiwan might have an interest, given the often discussed geographical expanse of the Pacific region, often referred to as the tyranny of distance. The MQ-9 Reaper isn't often exported, but Taiwan wants it, and the Trump administration is happy to sell it, along with a formidable upgrade package. The Trump administration has notified Congress that it has approved the sale of $600 million in armed drones to Taiwan, the latest in a series of arms transfers for the island. The State Department said Tuesday it had okayed Taiwan's purchase of 4 weapons-ready remotely piloted aircraft and related equipment. The move is likely to infuriate China, which regards Taiwan as a renegade province and has reacted angrily to previous weapons sales announcements to the island. This proposed sale serves U.S. national, economic, and security interests by supporting the recipient's continuing efforts to modernize its armed forces and to maintain a credible defensive capability, it said. The proposed sale will help improve the security of the recipient and assist in maintaining political stability, military balance, economic and progress in the region. It said the sale would improve Taiwan's defense by bolstering its intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance capabilities and could help deter military action against it. Just last week, the administration approved plans for a $2.37 billion sale of Harpoon missile systems to Taiwan. That came hours after Beijing had announced sanctions on U.S. defense contractors, including Boeing, the lead contractor on the Harpoon deal, over a previous weapons deal. China's ruling Communist Party claims Taiwan, which split with the mainland in 1949 during a civil war, as part of its territory and has threatened to invade. Washington promised in the 1980s to reduce and eventually end weapons sales to Taiwan but insists its dispute with Beijing must be settled peacefully. Chinese-U.S. relations have plunged to their lowest level in decades amid disputes about security, technology, the coronavirus pandemic and human rights. Taiwan has long been an irritant in relations. Washington has no formal relations with the island's democratically elected government but is its main ally. U.S. law requires the government to ensure Taiwan can defend itself. Weapons sales to the island have increased in quantity and quality. It also is the latest among other arms packages worth $4.2 billion to Taiwan announced in recent weeks. The others include 400 land-based Harpoon anti-ship missiles, 100 cruise missile stations, truck-based rocket launchers, standoff land attack missile expanded response or SLAMER missiles, and related equipment. The sales have infuriated China, which considers Taiwan as a renegade province that split from the mainland after the Civil War 7 decades ago. Beijing has repeatedly threatened to bring the self-governing island into its fold, hinting that it would do so forcibly if necessary. In recent months, China has carried out simulated amphibious landings on a Taiwan-like territory and flown fighter jets into the island's airspace. Taiwan has heavily relied on Washington for its security and the U.S. remains its main ally. U.S. weapons sales to the island have increased in recent months as ties between Washington and Beijing plunged to its lowest levels in several decades.